Tell me, what is the one thing that all sports leagues use, whether that be Formula 1, or the NFL, or even the NBA? This one word has been perfected by teams of experts and utilized to its full potential to bring in ticket sales, sponsorships, and most of all, exposure. VR esports is currently in a state where it's a shadow of its former self. The most popular it ever got was with the partnership between Oculus and ESL back in 2018. But now in 2023, spearheaded by the Quest 2, virtual reality has found itself in tens of millions of households, but for some unknown reason, VR esports has not been able to keep pace with the growth. Currently, the biggest virtual reality competitive league is the VR Master League. This league was made with the community in mind, and they host many different tournaments and are always willing to get involved in new virtual reality games. However, even though they are the biggest VR esport league, their broadcasts still only pull viewers in the hundreds. And for many in that community, the general consensus seems to be that the reason why they can't reach any more growth than that is due to the fact that VR just isn't appealing enough to the general masses. And well, to an extent, they're right. But where they go wrong is just accepting that they can't do anything about it, because in fact, they can. And the solution stands behind one word: narrative. For every small sports league, there's usually a narrative that propels it into the big titan that they are today. Let's take the NBA for example. When the league was failing and at its lowest low, Larry Bird and Magic Johnson entered the scene and became heated rivals. Whenever these two and their respective teams, the Lakers and the Celtics, would face off, it was a near guaranteed that the arena would be sold out for that night. Tens of thousands of people, and in turn millions of people nationwide, wanted to witness the battles that these two would have that would eventually accumulate them in facing each other in the finals 3 times. This rivalry was one that was considered to be the savior of the modern NBA. Millions of people then and now still discuss who they think was better. And that's the part that you want to target. By creating a story usually born out of a debatable question, any VR esports league could market the stances between both sides and create a story that would eventually give viewers a real reason to watch besides, oh, there's a big prize pool. And it doesn't have to just be rivalries. You can have other things such as underdog stories or last dances. Stories like this allow viewers to build a real connection with their teams and players. And so once that narrative is concluded, even in the off-season, people might still want to keep up with what their teams are doing. How would you feel that if I were to reveal to you that if Acer didn't win the Breachers VRML preseason, their team that they had been working so hard to get up to this point would have been disbanded forever? That statement isn't actually true, but that empathetic or feeling of relief that you may have just had is the small human connection that could eventually prompt thousands of people to tune into the Breachers Grand Finals to try and cheer on the underdog Acer. Now, what I am not saying by that example is that you should be lying to people and creating fake narratives. The best stories are created in truths, and if you try to create something artificial, the public can usually sniff it out in mass and then massively boycott it. So whether it's on a team or individual scale, narratives are the thing that could save VR esports forever. But let's put into scenario that you're the owner of a virtual reality competitive league. What changes can you make right now that would allow for the creation of rivalries and the fostering of personalities within your league? Well, in order to do that, you'd first need to overhaul your production process. And no, this doesn't mean spending a crap ton of money and getting some flashy new graphics. Instead, let's first start with the commentators. Since most commentators up until this point are usually volunteers and very few are actually paid, give some commentators some discussionary bullet points that details the narrative that's currently going on. This paper could have different stakes, rivalries between individuals, important statistics from last game, and thank you paragraphs for different sponsors. Next up, you could have a free improvised instant replay system. If you use Twitch, which I know most VR leagues do, have an extra volunteer be watching the broadcast live. And whenever a highlight happens, the person can use Twitch's clip feature to clip whatever highlight it is, download the clip, and then send it to the broadcaster through Discord for where they can then add the video to OBS as their instant replay. You could even use this for things such as the halftime show, where you could compile a bunch of clips together to basically create a whole highlight reel. By putting these techniques into action, your broadcasts will seem a lot more professional, and it will keep a lot more people engaged, which, combining that with the narrative and the stakes, should lead to higher retention within viewership and more viewers showing up. Thanks for watching this video. If you did enjoy and want to see more, then please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And if you want to see changes like this implemented into your favorite VR esports league of choice, then please share this video with those communities so the changes can be made. And if you have any questions for me, you can reach out through the comments section or by joining my Discord server and messaging me directly. But yeah, everyone, with that said, this has been Trentic, and I will be signing out. Peace.